Hello, traveler, and welcome to the final episode of Safyre, a meditative fantasy. Merging storytelling with energy healing, this podcast explores a different approach to meditation. My name is Ashtyn, and I am your guide on this journey. Please use your headphones for an immersive audio experience. If you're tuning in for the first time, please go back to episode 1 to begin your journey. Last episode, you got to experience the healing waters of Aspen Falls. Today, we will navigate a past life that you've lived before Safyre had been sealed away. This will be the start of a new venture on your traveler's journey. This podcast is created, produced, and narrated by Mar Tizak, and music is mixed by Adam Ive. If you'd like to support this podcast or stay up to date on latest Safyre news, visit safyre.ca. Now take a deep breath, close your eyes, open your third, and let's begin. Welcome back, traveler. I trust you've had a restful period integrating all that healing from the falls. I wonder what's come up for you since then. Now, just because we reached the healing falls doesn't mean your journey is over. The traveler's journey is a never-ending one. It seems there's always something new to explore. Like that necklace you found after soaking up the healing waters. How do you feel about your journey so far? Do you think you've gained a lot from it? Finding this necklace has shown me that your journey is becoming more unique to you. Let's take a closer look. There's a symbol on the back of the pendant. What does it look like to you? Make sure you draw that when you're back in your waking life, so you could remember it. You never know when it might appear to you. It could be a sign, trying to get your attention. It's glowing. Do you feel its energy trying to communicate with you? Why don't you put it on and see what happens? Hey, are you all right? What did you see? It sounds like those could be memories coming through for you. Ones you've tucked away. Just like with that necklace, when you find something in this world that belongs to you, or to someone you know, think of it like a bridge into another point in time. Past, future, or even another life calling out for your attention. Now that we've reached Aspen Falls, it looks like you're ready to explore something you've left behind. Or rather, ran away from. It's time we travel deeper through time and space. When you're ready, take my hand. Take a deep breath in and let it all go. Welcome to the Records of the Sages, an esoteric library of everything you need to know. When we first met, you found me in the Prefix through my sanctuary. Then, you discovered how to access your own sanctuary. This is another place that also exists within the Prefix. Anyone can access it to learn more about themselves. So, yes, that means all of these books in this library belong to you. Some are stories from others that you could learn from. Maybe they tell you of places in Safyre, or of the people you once looked up to and their journeys. Other books are stories told and lived by you, but you don't read these ones the same. As you know, the Prefix is an in-between for us when we travel. It's where we create and visit our sanctuaries. But it also holds doorways or portals that connect us to anything you could imagine. The books created by you are portals you've made. They can tell you everything you need to know about yourself, including that necklace, and the version of you it belongs to. Some can bring you into other lives, while others might give you a glimpse of a different timeline in this life. This library is always changing, as there can be an infinite amount of timelines accessible to you, depending on the choices you make and the opportunities you're given to make them. And then, of course, you have parallel realities, other timelines and worlds. You get my point. Take a look around and notice this place in detail. The colors of the walls, their texture, the bookshelves, and the feel of your hands grazing the spines of each book as you pass them by. The smell of these pages when you open one. If you look up, you can see the intricate carvings of a lost language all across the ceiling. Apart from where the skylights are, of course. My favorite spot is sitting in this chair by the fireplace. Nothing beats that feeling of diving into these texts of different stories by the warmth of a flame. Of course, not every book is read like this, including the one you'll find today. This is only one of many places within the Prefix to see. It's more common for mystics like myself or scribes to come here. But as a traveler, your experience is more hands-on in the world of Safyre. When we were in the Mora Desert, I told you that a traveler's path consists of connecting with all 7 wisdoms. like a culmination of everything you've learned. And that's because travelers have only shown up after the seal was broken. I've never met anyone who was a traveler before then. That's why I was so confident in knowing that you've been here before. Back when Safyre had a civilization, the traveler's path wasn't recognized by many, only those who had an ability to see beyond time. Actually, they recorded it in this book. Acknowledging the Path of the Traveler by Safyre, a well-known mystic who had come here and work with scribes to discern real predictions from projections. Yes, even mystics can get in our heads a little. Don't rely on just one book to tell you everything about your experience. There's still a lot to explore about travelers. You've probably visited a space like this before you began your waking life. Of course, you probably forgot it all, but that doesn't mean it's lost. It's just somewhere deep within you. As a soul exploring Safyre, there are many experiences you've had and will continue to have. Now that the seal's broken, you can begin to remember. Like I said, all of these books belong to you. A new one appears with each incarnation and for every choice you make within that time. They hold something important to your soul's growth. A lesson, a person, a place, even just a feeling you can't put into words that's followed you into this life. This necklace you're wearing has come to you now to show you something your spirit has left behind. A spark, a passion, something rooted in your desires. Just as an echo was the part of you that resembled your pain or fear, this is more alive and rooted within your spirit's flame. When you find a book with the same symbol you've seen on the back of your necklace, a new part to your journey will begin. You'll temporarily revisit a different life that will help you learn where this journey will take you. Then we can go there in our timeline and restore that spark you've left behind while healing that part of Safyre, just like you did with Aspen Falls. Be careful not to spend too much time on the other side. It's only meant to show you important details that will help you. If you spend too much time there, it can blur lines, and you'll lose the meaning that sets apart your current life. And if you spend more than too much time, you can get stuck there, needing to relive the entire life. But don't worry, I won't let that happen. I'll be here with you to keep you on track. Now focus on the energy of this necklace again. Think of the symbol on your necklace and what that may mean to you. And a color to go with this symbol and lifetime. That is the color of the book you're looking for. Keep that in mind. Once we're in that life, there will be a door with the same color waiting for you to get back. Allow your necklace to guide you toward a book. Feel its magnetic energy draw you in a direction. Follow that flow. Did you find it? Do you see a title on it? Or a name? It's okay if not. When you open this book, you'll find yourself in a different lifetime. Pay attention to the details and just listen with an open mind. Sounds weird, doesn't it? That's okay. It's supposed to sound like this. Everything is muffled because you're not tethered to this lifetime. As you can tell, there are lots of people in this train. This time exists long before Safyre was sealed away. As long as it sounds like this, you're still tethered to the timeline we belong to. The timeline after the seal of Safyre was lifted. The moment your surroundings become vividly clear, just like my voice, is the moment you become tethered here. That means you can't come back to our time. Just as I said earlier, you'll have to relive this life entirely. Oh, I'm not saying that to scare you. We'll make it out of this with enough time. Don't worry, I'll make sure of it. I just want you to be aware of what you hear, so you know how much time's left to explore this lifetime. The door to bring us back will show up when we're ready. Can you tell where we are? I mean, yes, we're on a train, but do you know where we're going? Do the details around you bring up any memories? I can recognize the carvings along the ceilings and the symbols in the carpet. It looks like the train that used to travel between the towns of Akari and Portpora. If I'm right, we're a long way from the Mora Forest region. Do you have any recollection of those cities? Or are these random words I'm saying? I know it'll take time to understand. It's strange seeing so many people on this train. Of course, they can't see or hear us. This is just a memory. Still, it always brings up strange feelings for me. Okay, looks like this is the last stop. Portpora Station. Let's go. Wow, it's been so long since I've been here. Welcome to the Portpora Marketplace. It was always filled with people, lots of live music, people singing or dancing in the square. Those vendors just ahead, they sell things from different foods to crystals that host unique abilities. Did you know you could embed a crystal with your transparent vision? That way, anyone could have that ability if they were holding the stone. No, you probably didn't. If you can't remember any of this, why would you remember that? Port Pora has a complex history, but the people were always known for being the most generous and peaceful. It was driven by a strong sense of community, but when the Nevedin came, it was like night and day. Do you hear that sound? That's what we're here for. Let's follow that. Looks like it's leading us right to the middle of the square. Do you recognize this? It's a memory orb. But it's different from the ones you've seen before. You can tell by the way it sounds and the color of it. When we were in the Forgotten Valley, the memories you discovered there came to you just by opening them. That's because they were existing at the same time that you were in that valley. These memories belong to this life and can only be accessed here. When you touch this orb, it'll disappear and show up in the same place at our timeline. I'm sure when we visit back in our timeline, the town won't look like this anymore. So pay attention to everything. It might help you down the line. Your goal here is to collect as many of these memory orbs as you can before time runs out. Now, go ahead and take it. Great, let's keep going. I love the shops here. They're all very old, still standing strong though. For now, I guess. Port Pora was big for tourism. While some people were only passing through, many people came for the energy of the mountain. Mount Farah. Actually, you can see it behind those buildings across from us. It's one of the biggest mountains in Safyre. Mount Farah brings so much peace to the people of this town. I've definitely come here a number of times just for that. I can't describe it, it's something you'll have to experience. But when the Nevedin came, the people of this town started to turn on each other. It brought through a wave of paranoia and mistrust amongst the closest of friends. Look at this symbol, engraved on the doorframe here. The X with the upside down triangle hanging from under it. Looks like in this lifetime, you're right in the middle of that time period. Let's go inside. This bar is bigger than it looks, isn't it? It's called the Sparrow's Nest. Sparrows are known for catching the souls who've passed away. So, naturally, it's fitting for Safyre. These birds are also known for companionship and joy. So much is in a name. This bar was a popular place with locals. They'd have live music, quiet reading nights, discussion groups, any kind of event you could think of. I I think the nostalgia of life on Earth was what made it so popular. Of course, the longer you spend in Safyre, the quicker your memories of Earth slip away. So, it's not entirely the same. These bottles here, they're all tonics infused with different abilities. Just like how we saw vendors selling crystals that carried different abilities. The ones infused into tonics, though, are specific to what you'd want from a bar like this. This bottle, for example, is what you call a blackberry-infused expressive. Expressives are exactly what they sound like. Drinking from it will help you speak from the heart. You know they would stock up on this for their live poetry nights. That one you've got there is a spiced cranberry elixir, made to boost energy. It's good for introverts to recharge if they crash too early, or for anyone who might want to dance. And this one is an elderflower and lavender tonic, made to calm people before they leave for the night. It also brings good fortune through dreams. Anyway, you get the point. It's pretty nice here. I've seen you found the back room. Not many people notice it, since it's hidden within the wall. Can you hear something? Another memory? Wow, yep. You must have lived in this town to know of this room. No one just stumbles upon it. And there are the symbols again. I wonder what you knew about them. They still have all the photos on the walls. All these people are regulars. This room was made for regulars who wanted a quiet space to talk. What did you find? Wait, do you recognize this guy here? That's Curtis. He's the reason the symbol on the door exists. If you did know him in this life, then I hope you didn't know him too well. Sorry, I know I'm not supposed to have a bias as your guide, but I know him, and I have my reasons. Let's keep going through this back exit. How is your sense of sound? Are things still muffled? A little? Okay. I'll keep my eye out for the door. Let's just look for more memory orbs. Curtis was a leader of a group that thought of themselves as this resistance of the Nevedon. Which I think is funny, since, well, that's the point. Everyone at this point in time was resisting their connection with the Nevedon. Of course, they didn't want to know the truth, so you can imagine how quickly they followed Curtis, because he seemed to have a solution to this plague. But his solution became dangerous. He was harvesting energy from the people of the town and feeding it to the Nevedin as a way of protecting everyone. We know now that the only way to work with the Nevedin is to heal our connections to it. But facing the fear and pain connected to that isn't something that people want to do, especially after they've already lived the lives they've led and were aware of before Safyre. Looks like you found another orb. I'm not surprised there's one here. This is the city square's fountain. Hard to miss. It's definitely a known meeting spot. Go ahead, take the orb. Take a look into the water of this fountain. Do you recognize yourself in this reflection? When traveling through a different life, you can pick up on more than your surroundings to give you insights you may not remember. For example, take a look at your expression. What does that tell you about yourself here? You know, some bodies of water in this realm act like portals here as well, especially when you're traveling through time. Can you feel the pull of your reflection in this fountain? Like a magnet, drawing you in? Try it. Lean into your reflection. I'll be right behind you. I don't think I've been here before. Judging by how close the mountain is, it looks like we're just outside of town. You lead the way. Just listen for your next memory. I've still got my eye out for a doorway. Our time is running out. I can feel it. This is beautiful. Of all my travels to Port Pora and to Mount Farah, I've never seen this lake before. It must be somewhere on the other side of the mountain. We're so close to the peak. I wonder why I haven't seen this. I guess that just goes to show not everything is meant to be seen. At least all at once. Oh, how I'd love to rest here. It's so peaceful. Whoa, what's happened? Come on, we should get moving. These clouds are dark, and the weather's shifting. It feels like the Nevedin's nearby. Normally I'd say this is a chance to face it, but I have a feeling it's trying to keep you here. It's okay. Just close your eyes and use your transparent vision. Which way are we going? Just go, I'll follow. I'm right here. I can see the glow. Your memory's on the peak of the mountain. Wait, that's you. What are you doing? It looks like you're summoning something. And that's Curtis. Were you working with him? It's like your memories are bleeding out. We need to get out of here fast. Look, the door. It's right here. Let's go. Come on. We have no more time left. Let's go. We've got to get to the door.
Next stop, Port Pora Station.
This concludes Safyre, a meditative fantasy. Thank you all for taking the time to embark on this journey. I hope you've got something very useful and valuable from it. Remember that we're all more connected than you think, and that you can always revisit these meditations when you need them. Visit safyre.ca to stay up to date on our latest details and stay connected. Until next time, always remember who you came here to be and trust in what your journey has in store for you.